Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic on the Black Plague Possesses the difficulty played through the Heretic plus Hexen re-release on the Kex Engine. We are doing all levels with a 1 start, and this is E2M7, the Great Hall. Let's begin. And let's start off by examining. This place looks quite a bit different, does it not? Well, either way, we're just going to continue on as if it isn't. And mow down these saber claws, which saw us at the start of the level, and ergo the start of the video. And then we can take a little trip down to this place. But should we go thither, we will encounter were-dragons, but we'll also get a silver shield, so we'll take our blessings when we can. We'll take them with our hexes. But really, all you need to do is just dodge the projectiles. You can do that, right, partner? Let's flip this switch as well. We'll need to do that because we're gonna go over here and press this button and ride this lift up, and you can see a shadow sphere. We're gonna drop right on top of it. Yeah, like so. Let's press the button again. After dealing with this fire gargoyle, of course. And while we're here, might as well grab that and get out. Yes, we took a bit of damage in order to get it, but better to have it now than later, I suppose, because odds are you can grab these crystal vials if you didn't take any damage from before. Anyways, pressing that button will allow you to go through this part. You can get a tome of power out of it. And now we can go into this place. And start mowing down enemies, including saber claws and gargoyles. Let's grab as much spoils as we can, except for the quiver. We'll grab that later. But first things first, we need to grab that bag of holding. Now we can grab it. Probably should have done that sooner, but oh well. Alright, when we go into here, there's an enemy, of course, but in here are golems. One of which is a nitro golem. But they are guarding a torch and the yellow door. And the gauntlets of the necromancer and a quartz flask. But we don't have the yellow key just yet. In order to get it, we'll have to go through this cratey area. We'll have a great time with it by disposing of all the gargoyles, especially those fire gargoyles. But of course, your priority might have to switch whenever the saber claw gets close. So if you haven't gunned down the fire gargoyles by yet, you want to focus on him when he gets close. Well, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. You want to jump across these crates, even though there isn't a jump button in this game. We're not in Hexen yet. You just strafe across them and you should be good. But either way, once you grabbed enough things, you can grab the yellow key here, and then go around and grab the rest of the stuff that you might have missed. Now, with all that out of the way, you might notice that this place is lit up. We'll see to it later, but keep that in mind. Anyways, into here we go. So press a button after dealing with an undead warrior and a nitro golem. Now that button opens up this area, but it also opens up this place. With saber claws and a few gargoyles near this very large stairway. Rather grand. Great, even. However, over there are a few were-dragons and more saber claws. but they should be slim pickings at this point, even if you only have the crossbow. As you can see, you have a prime opportunity to grab the Dragon Claw, but we're clearing out this place first. Now let's press this button, grab the Dragon Claw, press this button for future endeavors. And doing so will allow you to go to here on the other side with little to no problem. But while we're around here, one, we want to push this button, which will lower the green key, and two, I'm going to break out the Morph Oven because when we grab the green key, try to leave, there'll be gargoyles, and we chickened 2 of them. Pretty nasty trap, but there are plenty of crystal vials to make up for that trap, so all is well. Even if it did cost a bit of armor in the process. Anyway, we get a fire mace in this area, which we're going to use on these fellas. Including these ones. Might even get some funny bounces out of the bars. The balls will bounce and damage these guys slightly more if it goes by the original logic, but I never really checked out all the subtle differences in the Fire Mace and the Wayfarer's Tome, but I do think it attacks enemies regardless of whether they're ghostly or not. So it is considerably more useful than it was previously. Which, to me, is a good change, because the Fire Mace was kind of underpowered in single player. Anyways, we're gonna ride this lift up, which will send us hither to where we can grab the Hell Staff. And also, if you drop down here, you'll see you can pick up Wings of Wrath. And we'll use that in a little bit, but for now, I'm going to attempt to drop down here. Thankfully, these columns will help you out. I think they were a new addition, but either way, this leads into a secret area with a Tome of Power and some ammo for your Hell Staff. But now we have all that, we're gonna ride this lift up. Now what could be here that's so different from the other side? I thought there was some level symmetry going on, but there isn't. There's some ammo here for that Hell Staff, which is why we went to the right side first. And why we're going into here and using the Shadow Sphere. Not for these guys, but for this fellow. And of course he still fires a fire attack at you. Oh, you silly lich. Get stuffed. There's a ring of invincibility here. And yes, this is a secret area, so you do want to go through here. And you also get a good opportunity to pot shot some enemies that would otherwise bother you whenever you go into the blue area, or the blue door area. So you might as well take the opportunity to gun them all down. Speaking of a place where you can gun enemies down, this area will have also opened up after you dealt with certain sections, including the one where you get the green key. So make sure you make a pit stop here. And you know what? I think... Nah, we'll save it for later. Yeah, there's more, dangerous opportunities to use it. Or more, dire opportunities that will require it. Anyways, we're back into this part, where the green door was. So let's go here, press this button, release the Saber Claws. Then we shall go here and blow up these Saber Claws. And then take a right and press this button to release some gargoyles, and let's place some time bombs. 2 of them. Yes. Many explosions, much death. But look, were dragons approach as a result of pressing the button where the gargoyles were. So let's get rid of them. And when we go through this area, the entire maze lowers, so you should have no problems returning from whence you came. Anyways, there are some were-dragons in here. Might as well use the dragon claw on them. And we'll still get shot up every now and then by a few that will still try to jump scare you. Oh well. Plenty of items here to compensate for your losses, potentially. Including, but not limited to, a quartz flask and the blue key, the most important thing. And as you may have seen, yes, there are were-dragons over there. So, here's what I'm going to do, which is going to be unconventional to the normal situation. I'm going to use the Wings of Wrath to fly where these guys are and grab the enchanted shield. And let's mow them all down, like so. Make sure you land on a place where you get the Phoenix Rod. And you should be good to go. Yeah, because after a certain point, this place opens up, but, this opportunity is considerably easier to handle. Because otherwise, you would have to do a whole shebang, which involves going through the stairway, the lava stairway, where you'd have to bring a pair of freaking asbestos booties down the hallway whilst dealing with were-dragons whose damage has been buffed. And on top of that, the lava plus the were-dragons, they're all in one spot. And it's not ideal. Anyways. Let's go here. Into this place. Now that we have the blue key, we got it from the area with the were-dragons. And you could potentially blow up some enemies. But regardless of what you do, you want to be prepared. I hope you brought that ring of invincibility. I hope you haven't used it yet, because you may need it for this upcoming section. Because when you stand over here, grab the Tome of Power, and you press this button, let's use it right away. And you know what? Time bombs. Lots of time bombs. And fire mace. Lots of fire mace. And we don't have a Shadow Spear, so that accursed tornado may follow us to hell and back. And then I say tornado, I meant tornadoes, because these things will fire more than one all the time, every time. Ay, ay, ay. Well, that's everything. Yeah, and that is a different encounter. But oh my goodness, look at all these tomes of power that these disciples have dropped. But yeah, there was a way to normally get to there. And for completion's sake, I need to show it off, but here's the funny thing. I've done this way so many times, I kind of forgot. I do believe it involves going through a certain area, pressing a certain button, but it escapes me at this exact moment. Alright. Yes, we pressed everything here. And we went through this whole ordeal, which teleports you. Because when you go in, all the line deaths will teleport you. And we press everything here. It really is escaping me at this moment how you get into there the conventional way. All right, this button. Oopsie. Yeah, I forgot this whole area, and it's the most illuminated part of the maze. Yeah, once you go back and finish off everything, yeah, you go through here. And this would have been the normal way. Let me show you how much of a pain it would have been. And the only reason why it's not a pain compared to what it would be is because I've already killed all the were-dragons and I got the enchanted shield over here. Now imagine doing that without any of the things that we had before. Like no enchanted shield, no wings of wrath. You just have to go down with your fireproof shoes, which don't exist in this game, and hope for the best. That would have been a hassle. But we are done, so let's celebrate with the Tome of Power and fire into the exit. Yeah, take that, skull. That looks like the Shadow of the Serpent Riders logo, which we don't see in this re-release, which is fine by me because I think the original artwork is cooler. But we are done with the Great Hall. And yeah, apologies for forgetting that button existed for a second because, again, I was so caught up in getting the methodology that I do all the time instead of the more quote-unquote conventional way of doing it, because the conventional way is a real pain in the ass because you have to go down that stairway after whilst dealing with several were-dragons who will fire at you and they do more damage to you, and it stings every time. Every time. So pardon me for using the Wings of Wrath and going around the other way. It's very weird that you have to press that switch in order to open up the secret area, but you know, you just gotta deal with things like that whenever you're dealing with certain levels in Heretic. But honestly, this level ain't that bad. I actually do enjoy it, and the changes that they did introduce were primarily aesthetic until you reach the end, where it's just a big collage of disciples and a few iron liches in the back. So yeah, they want you to use that Tome of Power in an encounter like that, or maybe even the Morphobum to slightly lighten the load. But that's kind of why we saved a lot of the items for that encounter in particular, because iron liches are a pain, and you already saw the one iron lich in that secret area, the one that allowed us to get pot shots on enemies in the blue door area. Yeah, he was still a pain because he decided to fire nothing but fireballs. Oh well, that's life, isn't it? But anyways, we are done with the Great Hall. Stay tuned for the next video where we finish off the second episode with the Portals of Chaos. But until then, I'll see you when I see you. So see ya!